Well, good morning and welcome to the Real Monica Adams, Jacque Adams show. It's the Mom and Mon podcast.
Good morning, everybody. It's nice outside right now. Get out before the hot weather gets here.
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting. They'll be able to tell right away because it'll start having a little moist all over the camera. And they'll be like, why can't I see through the fog? We're going to have a lot of fun today, but we're also going to talk about some issues that are affecting you. I just want to be real as you can possibly be in life. And just take a look at this. This is what Michelle made up for us when we do our Mom and Mon senior moments.
Oh, she
That's
fixed
you.
my hair. I know.
What did you say?
I said how she fixed my hair. What it looked like 2 bumps.
Oh my gosh. Hey, she
That's
has to
cute.
work with Photoshop. She had to do everything she could possibly do.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You said, what is that? 2 bumps on my head.
I guess it looks like 2 bumps on my I got bumpy head.
This is the kind of fun we're going to have this morning. So if you've never met my mother before, this is Jacqueline Adams. She goes by Jackie. She spelled her name different when she turned 60. It went from Jackie to Jacque. And people call you Jacque when they call, right?
That was after Miles passed away, and they would ask, "Is Jacque there?" And I go, "No, he's not.
There's no Jacque here. That means you don't know us.
No, he's up in heaven."
Oh my, yeah, exactly. Hi, Dad. Mom's on the show with me today.
Hi, Miles.
Well, I hope you're all having a great start to your day. Good morning, Kelsey Oglesby. If you see that name in our moderating, it is because she is the moderator for us today. So we switch between Kelsey and Ashlyn. You've met my 2 interns.
Yes.
They are fabulous, by the way, both of them from SIUE. So when you see different comments and links dropped in, whether it says The Real Monica Adams or from Kelsey, she's the one that's taking care of that for you. Kathleen, good morning to you. Sean, good morning, everyone. We are on multiple platforms for you this morning. Right now, Instagram, 2 different Facebook pages, YouTube, X, and Rumble. Of all those, Mom, which ones are you on?
Facebook.
Is that it?
Yeah. I don't know how to find. Well, there's YouTube.
Yep.
But
so
I've
you can be on
never-
that.
I put some things and look at people dancing and but I don't get your show. I haven't looked for it.
I'm going to ask her a little bit later what she thinks about what social media has done for our world. So hold on to that. We're not going to do that just yet. What we do want to do is talk about the weather. Have you liked it the last couple of days? Have any of you liked it the last couple of days? Well, here's the 7-day forecast from our friends over at KMOV, the First Alert 4 days. And as you can see there, today, another very hot day. But in the last couple of days, that forecast, and obviously, as you know, weather always changes, the models change. It did say 98 and 99.
Mm-hmm.
And so it has been a little bit lower, 96 for the high today. And some people had some severe storms. In fact, there was a tree that fell down on the highway that had the highway closed around the Maryland Heights area this morning. It's all cleaned up now.
Yeah.
So if you're heading out on the roads, but yeah, right around 270 in Dorset, there was a tree down on the road. I mean, that's
dangerous.
Right? Well, yeah, that's why they shut things down. But 96 for the hot day today and a 30% chance of some storms that could come back into the afternoon.
Yes.
So don't think you're out of the woods completely. But with that rain that's coming later, here's the good thing. There's always the negative of life and the positive of life. Cooler temperatures coming. A little bit.
It's really going to get cool.
Oh, yeah. It's like
Get your coats on.
89.
89.
Here's my aspiring meteorologist. We've got Beckett Moore and Jacque Adams. Mom, take it away. Go ahead and do the forecast.
Yeah. Well, then the rest of the week it's going to get hot again.
92 for Saturday.
No.
But those are nice days to jump in what's behind us, right?
Swimming pool.
There you go.
I'm going to get in today.
Let's see. Okay, we'll do that for sure.
Yes.
Friday, there is a 20% chance of rain and storms, 89 for the high. But look at that. That low's not too bad. 73, 92 on Saturday, 93 on Sunday. But the forecast doesn't call for rain this weekend.
No.
But then, as you can see, it is going to start creeping up again, temperature-wise, 94 and 96. Now, the heat index is actually coming back, not the 110, 112 heat indices that we saw over the last couple of days, but it is going to be right around 100, 102 for the heat index Monday and Tuesday. 96 actually for a high on Tuesday. Wednesday's high, 92. And you can see Cardinals games mixed in there. St. Louis City SC games mixed in as well. So if you're going to anything outside, just remember to hydrate. I'm thinking about all the people going to the Muni right now. This week is Waitress. I missed it. We were in Cabo. I didn't get a
Yeah.
chance to RSVP for the press night. I think it was the same night you were going to go.
Yes.
You guys canceled because of the heat, or why?
Hmm.
Because of the heat, yeah. But they do have those fans. Do you think those fans help at all?
Yeah, I think they do. And then you bring a cold washcloth and cool water to
Water.
drink.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep, absolutely. Good morning, everybody. So, Mom's going to join me for today's show, and we're going to talk about a lot of things. I'd love to get her viewpoint. There's actually something in the news that we can start with this morning that I saw right before we went on, so I don't have a slide to go with it, but that's okay. I don't think that's needed. Officials are working to help. This is in St. Charles County right now. After more than 40% of applications, this is for the property tax freeze for the seniors, it was rejected in St. Charles County. You know what the big part of this story is? That people are going, they are trying to, whoops, hold on one second. Let me get rid of this ad. They're trying to go, and what's happening is they're waiting in lines for 5 hours because they only have 3 desk areas open to be able to take care of the seniors. And they said that they're taking about 5 minutes, if not longer, per each person. And then what's happening, which is what happens a lot. Let's think about when you go to the DMV, et cetera. You think you have all the right paperwork.
Oh.
People are not bringing what they need. So if you or your parents or your grandparents are going, because as you can tell us, and we're going to stay with this news story for just a little bit, one of the greatest things from a relief standpoint for seniors can be the property tax. That's one of the bigger expenses, right, for seniors?
Yeah.
So this is what's happening in St. Charles County, but St. Louis County is trying to apply for applications to do something similar. More than 31,000 seniors applied for the property tax freeze, but county officials say around 42% of those applications were rejected due to errors. So everybody was getting the letters in the mail saying that they had to show up. But now they're showing up, and now they're in 5-hour wait times. Actually, there's one lady that received a rejection email on Monday with instructions on the proper documentation to bring to the Collector of Revenue's office within 15 days. And on Tuesday, she went and was turned away because the lines were so long. So she's coming there, and she's told she has to come back now. And here's the other thing you're all not going to like to hear, that once you do this, it's an annual thing you have to do. That didn't sit well with seniors either. You're going to have to go every year, and they said it's for 2 reasons. 1, to see if you've moved, or 2, to see if the person has passed.
Yes.
But this is not sitting well with people, obviously. The county will add additional staff and greeters to help determine the issues before the seniors have to wait in lines. They're trying to get more than 3 stations open. Applications were due, by the way, at the end of June, and the program will reopen next spring. As I just mentioned, everyone will have to reapply. What do you think about this? And do you know anybody that's dealt with this?
And this is in the city?
This is in St. Charles County.
Huh? I didn't get anything.
Well, do you have personal property tax that you pay?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you might want to look into it, because there is something right now. This is why we said this is definitely a news you can use story. It's a freeze for seniors. So you should look into it. Again, more than 40% of applications for senior tax freeze in St. Charles County rejected, but we're talking about 31,000 seniors that were applying for this. You need to look into this. Actually,
Okay.
let me do this. I'm going to take this story. I'm going to send this to Kelsey so she can drop this in for you. And there's a couple links that you all can click on to see if you're in the same boat as my mom and didn't get information about the possibility of this helping you out. There you go. Kelsey just sent that over to you. So yeah, what do you think about that, everybody? Good morning to all of you that are tuning in. Do us a favor. Let us know where you're watching from. Mom and I are going to talk about some issues that are affecting our local area, stuff that's affecting us nationally, and things that affect seniors as they're older, especially men and women that are single. You've been almost 29 years.
Yeah.
We lost my dad in September of 95. So in September, yeah, happy August 1st, by the way.
Oh, yes.
So next month it will be 29 years.
The 12th. Yeah, the 12th of
So
next month.
we're going to talk about how you not survive, but thrive without your spouse. Okay, Dolores, hey, Aunt Tootie's on.
Hi, Toots.
That's my mom's youngest sister.
That's my baby sister.
Let's see. Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Monica and Mama. Maybe once you get in the system, maybe it will be easy next time. I don't know. I mean, maybe, but it all depends on how many people show up, right? You've got so many people that show up that affects those long lines, though, right, Julie? It's just frustrating. Good to see Mama Jackie, Kathleen says. Yeah, so once again, when you come on, do us a favor. If I have talked to you in the past, I probably know where you're watching from, but new names that pop on, let me know where you're watching from. I'll always love to know where the new platforms are that we've added on if you're watching from there. So we're talking about that. That was one of the big stories. I think that all of you needed to know from a news you can use standpoint. Also, did you hear about the guy that was in jail, wrongfully accused for 31
And he
years?
finally got out.
He just got out yesterday.
Yes.
And he sat down and he actually had an interview that he did with KMOV and, said, well, how does it feel when you were in court and they were able to say that you're released? But the reason why is this is, again, 31 years that the man's been in, but he was accused of murder, I think.
He
Yes.
was like a teenager.
There were 2 teenagers that came forward, though, and ended up changing and saying that they actually did it. But can you imagine being wrongfully accused and being
31 years.
Yes. So he's actually going to be, it's actually right now. So the national news, the CBS Morning, they're going to have that gentleman on and talk more in depth. But I mean, that just blows your mind. Can you think of, because his wife was there with him in the interview and just saying, one, what does it mean to you finally for him to have his freedom?
Mm-hmm.
But 2, to fight so hard knowing I didn't do this.
Yes.
That's the part of the system that I know people get frustrated
and
with.
Be resentful and everything. And oh gosh, I can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your life,
Terry. Trump just stated that he will not raise taxes on seniors and no tax on Social Security. The former president saying Social Security and Medicare are safe with him. I watched his live last night. He mentions this at the end of the speech. Just thought I'd share because I care. Okay, well, let's talk about that in just a second, because what I do want to do is we can talk a little politics with you and all of you just to see what you're frustrated about in what's coming for our world, right? So I want to know what you, like she just said, what you're most impacted by of whatever's going to happen in November, but as well as what you think needs to be out there. You and I and my husband, Jim, talked about it in the car last night. What really needs to be done by these candidates on the Democratic side, on the Republican side, any other party that steps up. We don't have the Democratic National Convention yet, but that's coming up. Highly recommend, no matter what side of the aisle you are, that you watch both sides. If you watch the Republican National Convention with Donald Trump, great. Now you got to watch the one with Kamala Harris. She's not yet been announced as the Democratic candidate, but that's most likely what will happen. A lot of ad campaigns out there. She's well over $200 million in her campaign that's coming her way. Mom, stay neutral. Okay, let's be kind here.
She's wanting to buy her way in.
Oh, all right, everybody. This is the real show. We can do that. Let's talk about what frustrates you about her. Not yet. But I also want to talk about what frustrates you about Trump, because there's things that he's doing right now that I wish he wouldn't be doing. There's things that she's doing I wish that they wouldn't be doing. So we can talk a little bit about that. I told you, you're going to get the real Jackie. Good morning, Mama Jackie, Angie says, and Monica on vacation. Oh, Angie's watching us on vacation. I highly recommend you always bring us wherever you are, watching from the beach in Orange Beach, Alabama. Debbie Kennedy. Good morning from St. Charles County. Awesome, Debbie.
All right.
Debbie, I think we've talked before. Are you new to the show, and where are you watching from, by the way? It's not showing me where people are watching. I hate mentioning this, but we need to know firsthand. All right, that's okay. All right, Carrie. Yes, the St. Charles County real estate tax relief is a mess, she says. I'm taking my dad today to get his rejected application corrected, and he has to be with me to sign paperwork because they have discarded anything that was rejected. If they don't come in and correct and reapply, they miss out. See, you need to know about this. Nothing was mailed out originally. You just had to find out on your own, she said. A very frustrating process, as I've been helping both our dads with this. And you think about the other aspect of it, Mom.
Brian,
how many people that are in the senior age that don't drive anymore or should not be out there driving? So you've got to have your kids or your grandkids take you to this. Then they're probably working, having to take off work, wait in these 5-hour lines. To me, that was one of the biggest news stories to start right out of the gate. Terry said, I will watch the DNC as well. Good. That's the most important thing. Good morning, Diane. So good to see your mom. Debbie just said, stop it, Mama. Be neutral. Okay, Kelly. All right, Kelly. Kelly Godwin. Oh, cannot wait until I hear you all's opinion on what is going on right now with both sides. Sometimes I feel like it is all scary. Yes, Kelly. maybe we've talked before. Kind of sounds like your name is familiar. Where are you watching from? Debbie says, I work for St. Charles County. So have you been dealing with all the seniors coming in? Let me know. Again, where are you watching from? Let's do a check right now. I like to do the social media check and see where people are watching. This is our time to text everybody and tell them if they're not on Facebook, where they can watch from. All right, we've got one on YouTube. Now we got two on YouTube, 22 on Facebook, 15 on X. We've got 6 actually watching on Rumble. That's higher today. That's why we keep adding different platforms. And let me tell you this, if there's a platform that you think about that we're not on, let me know and we'll continue to build. When I start saying that we have 100 and 150 and 200 plus people watching, and people who are on Facebook are like, I don't see those numbers. It's because that is a collection, a collaborative aspect of all the different platforms we're on. And she might fire you up today, so that's a good thing. Text everybody, give them a call, tell them that she's on with me. There's always 2 sides, Terry says, to the story. That's why you watch both. That's what makes our world a better place. It should, yes. Diane says it's important to listen to both sides.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Stephanie says she's in Columbia, Illinois, watching on Facebook.
All right.
Kelly is watching from the Hill. Thank you so much. Let's see. South City, Joey B's on the Hill. Oh, did you work there? Or do you own it? I just love all the new people that come to our show. Very, very cool. Okay, we started with weather, talked a little bit about the stuff that's going on with seniors. All right, this a little scary. This is happening in St. Louis County, at least the start of it. Just a warning about a potentially deadly disease. The first case of West Nile virus, a man over the age of 65 tested positive this month. So it's just a reminder as we do this story to wear insect repellent and avoid standing water, repair those house screens to keep the bugs out of your home. And that same thing applies with regards to watching out for standing water for your animals, because that's where you have to worry about the mosquitoes. But
something's flying around.
Oh my gosh, she's worried about. Yes, it's a bee. You don't need me to get stung, right? The mosquitoes cause the heartworm issues with our dogs. So if you've got a lot of standing water, you're at risk for West Nile. They're at risk for heartworm. Make sure they're on preventative. Carrie says she's watching in Wentzville, working from home. Yay me. Good morning, Kathy Holden Reed. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Kathy.
Diane's on. She said, I'm on Facebook in Belleville. So yeah, just be careful. We'll let you know if those things change. Okay, couple things having to do with traffic. So critics are targeting right now roundabouts. So roundabouts and Nora O'Donnell. We're going to talk about both of those things. First of all, from the roundabout standpoint, and this is actually affecting in the South County area, and it's on I-55. Oh, look at the deer behind us. I don't think everybody can see that. Oh, I think you all missed it. Dang it. Oh, there's a deer with a massive wreck on its head.
Oh,
Mom's going to get up. You go ahead. You can probably walk up there. You can see him. Work, by the way, folks, well underway on a major highway improvement project on I-55 in Jefferson County. One aspect, though, of the huge project is getting pushback to planned roundabouts. So let me have you can come back. I think he went way back in the woods. 2 planned roundabouts. So I did this story on purpose because I know her feelings. Mom's sitting down on a chair. Sit back down, Mama. Last year, MoDOT began work on a $246 million improvement project on I-55. So if you know anybody in Jefferson County, this is between Peevely and Festus. The purpose of the project is to address traffic and safety concerns and increase capacity for future growth. The I-55 corridor improvements includes adding a 3rd lane between Highway Z and 67. There will also be improvements or replacements of 27 bridges, but it's the addition of 2 roundabouts to the 55-67 interchange that got drivers talking. So let me ask you about this. My mom's all excited. Sit down, please.
No, he's right over there.
Where? Oh, yeah. Okay, so they can't see it, though. So sit down for me for a second.
Just be excited with me.
Okay, so there's a gorgeous deer.
Monica.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing.
That's what we're seeing.
Folks, you never know what you're going to get with her.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty.
Ooh. Come on.
Oh, my God. Help me, folks. Please help me on this. Okay, she's like, do you have ADD?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Why?
Yes, you
Because
do.
I see a gorgeous
I told you would see it.
Oh, my God.
Okay, let me see if I can do it. You're going to make me do this. I'm going to try to see. Can you hold my glasses? They're not going to be able to see him. He's too far away. But yes, there is he's got one.
I wish I had my.
He's a 6-pointer. He's a
If I had my
six-pointer.
camera, I would take
He's
a
just over
picture.
there eating grass. I want to know what you think about roundabouts.
I hate them.
That's why I did the story, folks. What about you? What do you think of roundabouts?
Well, they were even in Paris talking about it. There was roundabouts everywhere.
There are.
And you don't tell me that there's not accidents. Baloney. Got to be. I be up waiting or in the roundabout coming around and people are there and they go, they cut right in front of you. And I can see smash, smash, accident.
Well, it opens things up. Tom Blair with MoDOT was talking on on the news, talking about how it alleviates issues and how it allows more to allow more people to go around and ease in. Once you really get to know a roundabout, I think they're great.
Well, I know years ago when we went, Georgie, you and I, we went
Georgie's a friend of ours.
to Boston.
Yes.
And they said they were getting rid of all their roundabouts.
Why?
Because of all the accidents.
All right, everybody, weigh in. What do you think? As we do some of these stories of news you can use, I want you to tell us what you think about them. So this is for I-55 drivers. Okay, Kathy said she'd be the same as you. She loves nature, that she would have ADD like you're doing. Jenny, good morning to you. She's on vacation. Jenny Egan, who adores you, right? Julie, my daughter has deer in her area all the time, and the deer have been coming in her yard and eating her birdseed. That's exactly where he was. I think it's the birdseed that may have fallen down.
Yes.
Kelly, I agree with your mom. We live by one of the Forest Park by Highway 40, and it's horrible. Mm-hmm. Carrie says Wentzville has 2 lanes, one getting off the highway, and you have to change lanes getting through it. Well, you've got the roundabout right by Prospect, right? Mm-hmm. And then when I go to Cottleville to go over to Yuppie Puppy, which we will be doing Positive Talk Time, by the way, next Thursday. And we'll be with Jessica Cook and showcase a new dog and talk about all the things coming up for their gala. They've got a roundabout when I get off at, is it Guttermouth?
Guttermouth.
Yep, right there, I believe.
We got one coming right off of Lake St. Louis, coming up Veterans and Lake St. Louis, and you get going and there's a roundabout there.
Right. So she says Wentzville has a 2-lane one getting off the highway, and you have to change lanes going through it. It's insane, Carrie says. I've said for years someone's going to get killed there. Lots of accidents in that particular one. Debbie says, I'm going to be 70 this November, and you two remind me of my daughter and myself with the deer. Kelsey says roundabouts are great. Now, see, Kelsey is younger. I'd like to know, actually, I wonder if it's a generational thing. Younger, middle age, seniors, across the board. What do you all think about roundabouts? Wayne says, love it when you two get together and discuss things. Diane, I don't think they're worth all the money that it takes to build them, she says.
Yes.
Terry, the villages in Florida are nothing but roundabouts. See, they think it helps seniors. It does help the flow of traffic, but again, some people don't adhere to how to properly drive them, and then you have to watch out for the golf carts.
Well, that would be terrible, yeah.
Well, that's Cottleville. That's a golf cart community. We've got a lot on the hill that's become golf cart communities. What do you think about that, by the way?
Riding around a golf cart. They got out in Lake St. Louis. We've got.
It's starting to happen there?
It's starting to happen, yeah.
I think it's cool, by the way. I want to live in a golf cart community. Well, we just came back from Cabo, and everybody drives around in golf carts because the property is so massive, and so you have to drive around in golf carts everywhere.
Do they have accidents?
In golf carts? If you go too fast, probably. We didn't. I was going pretty fast. One of them was zippy. And then all of a sudden it was like bouncing over everything. Julie says, I like them. Ron does not. Okay.
Ron said no.
Yeah, her husband does not. Oh, the deer's gone, Mom.
I know. I can see past you.
Folks, if you're just tuning in, it's 7:24 already. We're talking about news stories, but we're going a little bit more in depth. And again, just wanting to know what you think about roundabouts in I-55 area. Again, one person said, whether I can ever get everyone to like or love roundabouts, I think they're ultimately going to see they are safe and they're efficient. That's according to Tom Blair from MoDOT. That's what he says. Again,
he's
engineer.
And he built it, and he wants it to be. So he's going to try talk people to say, yeah, this is good.
Again, one of the roundabouts at the I-55-67 interchange opened up on Tuesday. So you'll see that. If you want more information, it's on MoDOT's website about the roundabouts and the I-55 project. All right, Kelly says golf carts are good, but helmets or seat belts for the little ones. That's what I'm not a fan of.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Well, because people are flying around in them, and now they're pimping them up, right? Old show Pimp My Ride, they pimp the golf carts. So they've got all these cool rims, different colors. I mean, you name it. There was one we saw in Cabo that was hot pink, and it had little martini glasses on it, margarita probably glasses on it. And then there was a really cool blue one. That's what I would want to do. I wouldn't want just a boring golf cart.
No.
If I'm going to have a golf cart, it's like fashion. Blue. Yeah, cobalt blue. No, it's Monica blue.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Monica Blue.
Monica Blue.
Terry, every time I go around the roundabout, I say, hey kids, Big Ben Parliament, LOL. When I go, now see, you're not supposed to do this, but when I go, I'm like, oh, no hands.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I do not do that. Kathleen Morris, roundabouts are good. It's the crazy drivers that's the problem.
Right.
Diane says, I don't like roundabouts either. Kelsey just did pimp my golf cart. Yes. Okay. So that was one of the stories of the top stories. Good morning, Mary Mayer. Where are you watching from? Some of these people are newer to me. Love that. Okay. Did you hear this? I love this woman. Absolutely love. Do you like Nora O'Donnell?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, evidently she is leaving CBS Evening News after the November presidential election. CBS News confirmed this Tuesday afternoon. O'Donnell will move from the evening news desk to a new role that will, quote, enable her to do more storytelling and big interviews that are a hallmark of CBS News as well as Nora's illustrious career. She joined CBS News back in 2011 as the chief White House correspondent. Before becoming the anchor of CBS Evening News, she was the co-anchor of CBS This Morning. She's also been a correspondent for 60 Minutes and Face the Nation. CBS News has not named, by the way, who will replace O'Donnell after the election.
Put in an application. Put in an application, Monica.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's talk about this. Mary's watching from the Afton area. Thank you, Mary. Would you really want me to go back into the news?
No.
Okay, well then why'd you even say that?
I don't know.
Just kidding around.
Just kidding around. Like, you could do it.
Well, I could do it. You're right. Yes. Absolutely. So your idea. Okay, Diane just said LOL to you. Growing up, well, first of all, growing up, I was never in my mind thinking I was going into news. 30 years later, I did it and then walked away just to bring more positivity and fun and light and tell incredible stories, tell stories that make you laugh, tell stories that make you think, which again, I can understand why Nora maybe wants to step out of the news role and do more storytelling.
I don't blame her. Because it's more in tune to her, and then she can put her perspective on it instead of like, here's the news. Yeah.
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
She'll still be blocked by editors and producers and higher up. I mean, hopefully in all the years she's been around that she'll have a little bit more say.
Yeah.
But storytelling is what you want to get into. That's what I enjoyed. And I want to thank Channel 2 and Channel 5 for letting me do that. The last year of my time at Fox, I did a lot more of that from the community standpoint.
Yes.
I want to thank Mary Hill for, taking me on her tutelage. And that's really where I learned more how to shoot and edit. And I want to thank Brian Ledford. And I'm super excited, by the way. Brian Ledford's daughter is getting ready to start with me in an internship. That's true, full circle.
Yeah.
Then I went to Channel 5, did a lot of storytelling there. But this allows you to do a lot more where you don't have the constraints of someone saying, no, I'm going to, squash this idea, squash that idea. No. Yes, exactly. And Julie says, my granddaughter was on a golf cart with her sister and she stood up, and fell off on the gravel road and got stitches in her head and a bad road rash. Don't stand up in a golf cart. And I think that's the hard part.
They should also have seatbelts for them,
It's from a Chevy Chase movie. I forget the name of it. I guess it's A Christmas Vacation. I know, Mom. I'm okay. It's not going to bite me. It's all right.
I don't trust them.
So Kelsey says, is it European Vacation? Great movie. They're talking about movies right now.
Oh, yes. Okay.
All right. So besides that, tell me, do you all like Nora O'Donnell as much as I do? I think she's such a class act.
Yes.
Marilyn, I love Nora. She's not only stunningly beautiful. Exactly. She's a class act, but delivers so well. Happy she's following her true passion. Like Monica, love your mom, so sweet. Yeah, I knew you would say that, by the way, because when you hear about national things opening, then she goes into the old mindset of, go apply for it. But really, let's talk about that, though. Would you have wanted me somewhere in my career to have moved?
Well, if it's for your benefit.
No. Yeah. But you saw the real side. Yeah. Here's the deal. When someone does this, the body language it shows. She did this, didn't she, folks? We caught her on camera. And why do you think I didn't? I didn't leave because you're here.
Because I'm here. And when I die, she's leaving.
Which means we all believe you'll outlive all of us. Because this woman, she never minds that I tell her age. She's 86 years old, 86 and a half almost. Oh, watch that bee. 86 and a half. And I know we hate bees and wasps because they've stung us bad.
Yes.
I did not in my career take opportunities, go for national opportunities, because to me, family is everything. And yes, as long as you're here,
I would follow you.
I will say, though, if things don't go the way that I want in the country, I said I was going to move out of the country.
Yes.
I'm serious.
I'm going to go with you.
You're going to go, well, I don't know if Brian and Craig, my brothers, will like that,
Well,
but
we'll get all of them to come.
that may happen. Obviously, we want our country to be well taken care of,
Yes.
but people are worried.
I
They're
pray every night.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Let's do that. Okay. Diane just said your mom is awesome. Let's wrap up a couple things. We're going to take a break and let's talk about in the next half hour things maybe you're scared about in the country. We're going to talk a little politics, but I want you all to tune in and I want to see both sides of the story. Be neutral, mother. I do want to give you this news. This is going to make my husband happy and all of you that love pancakes. IHOP is bringing back their all-you-can-eat pancake deal from earlier this year for the back-to-school season. And by the way, this weekend is the tax break weekend. So if you're all going shopping, an opportunity, you probably want to look online for the full list of things that you get a break on, but a lot of shopping will be done. But yeah, back-to-school season right around the corner. The IHOP deal runs through September 15th. The company said it wants to help families when their schedules are tight, their wallets are pinched from buying school supplies. In the past, it was held at the start of the year. So getting the deal, order any breakfast combo, get a short stack of buttermilk pancakes at no additional cost. I'm trying to save you money here. You can also order a stack of 5 buttermilk pancakes for $5. In both cases, after you place one of the orders, all you can eat pancakes are served in stacks of 2. And while all you can eat is one restaurant strategy to bring customers in, others are counting on more value menu items to draw interest. So McDonald's, KFC, Taco Bell, Burger King, and Wendy's are among those touting $5 value meal specials. You don't like that idea, Mom? I'm not, obviously as a personal trainer, I'm trying to get people always to eat healthy, but it's the balance of life. You want to go eat some pancakes? You probably could eat 2.
Probably 2, and then we say, get all you can eat. Now we go, and that's all I can eat.
I'm done. Yeah, they would save money on you.
Yes.
Okay, are you, I know what your answer is going to be. Are you a fan of Lululemon?
I don't even know. It's different clothes. Yeah. That's a cute name. So I'm going to jack the price up 3 times.
Okay, this is going to be the real side. When I was young, was I into name brands?
Oh God, yeah.
So,
and not because of me. I never went. I would go to the for sale, sale, and wherever she got, I guess through school or what, and they had to have name brand stuff.
So back then, but we'll be real about this before I show you this story, and we have to take our first break. Adidas. My mother made me an Adidas tracksuit. So she's a great seamstress. It was red and black.
Yes.
My brother is the one that actually, because he's artistic, he put the Adidas logo on it. And then did he or you do the 3 stripes?
I don't remember.
I guess you did. But she made me because we couldn't afford an actual Adidas tracksuit. Yeah. But I wanted one. And so back then, you think about it, if you could teach your younger self what you know now, I would have appreciated more the work that she went through instead of feeling embarrassed that I didn't have an actual.
Because you got teased.
I did get teased.
Yeah.
Not only for the suit, but my shoes. So we went to Kmart and she got me black tracks, I think they were called. So they were their version of Adidas shoes. And yes, just like all young kids do, they're bullies and they made fun of me. And I will say I was pretty strong and thick-skinned back then.
I taught you that way because they used to be. Well, you also got teased in the beginning, all 3 of you, because your name was Adams, and they would and say, "Oh, you're the
Adams
monster
family."
people. Dun, dun. And I would just tell them, you know what? They're just jealous because we're on TV.
See, it's the way you look at life, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, Adidas, Puma, and then I watched the Steamers, and I wanted Tony Glavine had a particular shoe, Carl Rose had a particular shoe, but I think it's one of the reasons that when I started to make better money working in the business that I was in, that I wanted to buy things for her that we couldn't get back then. When we went to the Muni, we used to go and sit in the free seats when I could take her in really good seats. You still do, I know, but as much as I can, I take you and sit you down in the orchestra at the I mean, again, you want to pay it forward, right? That's, to me, that was the greatest blessing, taking you and introducing you to these incredible celebrities. I've loved what I've been afforded to pay it forward to my family, to pay it forward to my friends. You know, people go and buy expensive tickets. I'm very blessed that we had press tickets. Yes, absolutely. Adidas, yes. So Terry said, all day I dream about soccer. That's what we used to say. But my sister-in-law, who's from Germany, what do you think she said?
Adidas.
I know, but what did she say it stands for? Let's be real.
I don't know.
All day I dream about sex.
I've never heard her say
Oh,
that.
yeah.
But I believe it of Tina.
Everybody that's just tuning in, if you've never met her, this is my mother joining me this morning on Mom and Mon Senior Moments. That's what I'm going to show you right here. We've got a couple more things that I'm going to do for you in in the news and in some sports news. A big win yesterday for our St. Louis Cardinals, by the way. Look at that score, 10-1. The Cardinals beat the Rangers. They're actually playing the Cubs. They go to Chicago. They play the Cubs tonight. But let's do this story about Lululemon, okay? Did you guys hear about this? Lululemon pulls their new leggings after customers say it gave them long butt. The activewear company has pulled those leggings because they have literally become, ready for it, the butt of endless jokes.
What?
The $98 breeze-through leggings have been dropped from the website following negative reviews. This line was launched on July 9th. It was marketed as an innovative product with lightweight fabric and quick-drying material. But here's the problem. It has a V-shaped back seam. Now, you'll understand as a seamstress, that V-shaped back seam, right, coming down, that raises up from the seat of the pants all the way to the lower back. Some reviewers said the seam is not flattering on the butt and gave them, quote, long butt. Lululemon says it takes customers' feedback seriously. They'll incorporate it into future designs. It's the latest setback for the activewear company. The stock for Lululemon, by the way, has fallen 50% so far this year, and it will drop 16% from just this past month. So all of you, what do you think about Lululemon, first of all? Do you think they charge entirely too much? Yes. Right. So I came out with some activewear sports bras and leggings, which I thought were adorable. I've had a lot of people. This guy's joining us, Mom. Be careful.
No.
Okay.
They used to call him a honeybee. But
yeah. They're coming around to honey, sweet smelling. So there are some Lululemon. I tell you what, I've spent more money on Lululemon for Jim than I have myself. I've bought stuff that's actually on sale for myself.
And it's not because Jim wants her to spend it.
No, but they do look good on them.
I know. But there's others that
you're right. I know. You're right. Let's see. Before we take the break, Julie says, this is what I do with my girls. My mom and dad were poor and I didn't get much. I was so appreciated when I got and thank them all the time. Yes. Long butt. Yes, that's what it's called. Long butt.
I've never heard of it. But
I just saw, she said it was a sweat bee. That was a sweat bee.
Sweat bee. Okay.
Well, we're not sweating.
No.
I've got perfume on, though. That's the problem.
If they sting you, do you sweat?
Yes, you're freaking out. Terry, when it comes to name brand soccer shoes, my mom would always give me $50 back in the 70s and 80s to buy my shoes above. That was my responsibility. I always wanted the $100 shoes for the quality of the leather with now, and their shoes are, fake leather. Exactly. Yeah. Okay, we want to talk a little Olympics, and I want to talk about other things that's going on. We don't have the ability to go on really, really long today because we do have a meeting to get to at 9 o'clock in Fenton. But anything that topic-wise that you want my mom to talk about, let me know. If you don't know about the show and you're brand new, there's a lot that we do, from heartbreaking stories to... Everyone knows about Jody's balls, and why is that?
I have the best ball.
Oh my God. Oh, wait. My mom's just laughing. She's like, I was riding the horse. We all were. That was at an equestrian event. Well, we're looking at something that I have been fortunate enough to be around my whole life. My mom and dad built an in-ground pool after we had an above-ground one when we were little kids. And the cool thing is, over the years, when I bought my house in Afton, right away I was like, yep, I want a pool. And then when we bought this house, one of my number one amenities that I wanted was a pool. My husband, of course, didn't really understand. He didn't grow up with pools. And he said, we really need a pool. And I said, yes. It's just, first of all, even if you don't get a chance to get into it regularly, which with how busy our lives are, it's just nice to look at, right?
And here, we had a slide, and you hear the water trickle up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, so that one that you were looking at, by the way, is right there on the West Outer Road. That's just pools, and they're just showing you an example of what you can have. And then you build your backyard oasis. My mom likes that right there, the water features. A lot of the things, as you said, you wanted a diving board and a slide. People now want the sun tanning ledges. They want the rock features, the water, the fire features. You know as well as I do, the number one thing, you got to buy those chemicals.
Oh, yes.
You need to keep the water crystal clear.
Oh, yes.
Buy your tablets, or maybe a lot of people now do the salt pools.
Yeah.
Right?
I've heard about
They
that.
think it's a little bit softer on the water. If you have chemicals like we do, buy them from Just Pools. Start to transfer where you used to buy them, because I want you to support those that support us. We're going to see Madonna this morning, by the way. Madonna, the owner, along with Shannon, Michelle, Tommy. Say hi to the staff over there. They're not just pool specialists. You're looking at those gorgeous hot tubs. They are spa and pool specialists. Check them out on the West Outer Road in Arnold. We love them, and I know you will as well. Welcome back. It is 7:41. It is Mama and Mon today as we talk about real stories in the news. All right. Have you been enjoying watching the Olympics?
Oh my God, yes. I love the Olympics.
Yeah.
It's so invigorating to see the talent, because you know how hard they have worked since they were like little bitty kids. And you see some of them since they were very, very tiny. Work and work and work. And then it's like, get knocked down, get back up and try again till they get the gold. Yay!
Or silver or bronze. I mean, again.
Oh God, yeah. Gold, silver,
just to
bronze.
be on the podium.
Oh, yes.
I mean, well, first of all, let's just say just to be able to get in the Olympics, right?
Just to be
okay, but
a participant.
Can we say, Terry, by the way, I don't know because I've never had a salt pool, but I don't know. The salt pool probably would remind me a little bit of being in the ocean.
Yeah.
And I hear that it's pretty much the same as far as the expense. So it really is, for us, it was trying to switch it over. And I thought, well, forget it. Let's just keep it as is. A lot of people do like the salt aspect, though. Looking over on Instagram, a lot of people have joined. People pop on and off on Instagram so much. Lance said, my only issue with roundabouts is too many people believe they are stop-abouts. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. So make a comment. I'll bounce over to Instagram. We are on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, and Rumble. So a lot of opportunities for you to watch the show. Okay. Absolutely, positively, the greatest thing I saw last night was this.
Oh, God, yes.
Katie Ledecky is a rock star. Yes. First of all, she was leading, and this is in the 1,500 meter freestyle. She's leading, first of all, it was by like 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 8 seconds. Then you see like 13, 15, 20 seconds. It's like 18 to 20 seconds that she finished before the silver medal and bronze medalist, winning gold in the women's 1,500 meter freestyle. Did you all get a chance to see this? Just absolutely mind-blowing what that woman is able to do. And just, I don't understand. How do you swim that long without stopping? I mean, truly, absolutely incredible to see what they're able to do. Anybody else? To me, that was the biggest standout. And again, what she was able to do to tie, because you saw the other people who had as many medals as her. I think she's now got 12, so that's tied. But she, she's racking in all these awards for having the most decorated as a woman, all these things. So just super, super proud of her. But to me, that was the coolest thing from the night.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden she's creeping faster away from them, and they're going back and she's going forward.
And then U.S. women's soccer as well. They beat Australia 2-1. I saw that game, saw a little bit of that game. We didn't get a chance to watch a lot yesterday. Watch some of the gymnastics. Michelle was saying that track and field is starting this weekend. And she said she's looking forward to that. She said her husband's done with gymnastics.
Oh, really? Oh, no, I love gymnastics.
I love watching the gymnastics. Well, obviously, I enjoyed doing it when I was younger. So I did gymnastics. I did dance, ballet, tap, soccer, softball, basketball, until she finally said, what'd you say?
Monica, I had her in like everything. Like, okay, I'm running here, running there, running with your brothers, do football. You got to pick one thing.
No, you let me pick a couple.
I'll pick up.
We're at the change of the seasons.
Can't have, I just was running.
You look at it now and you think, would you have, like, if you have an opportunity to see your life play out, would you make any changes? It's a good question for all of you. Now that you see your life play out in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever age you are, is there anything you would change? I think I would have continued dancing.
Oh.
Instead of maybe going into softball or basketball. Because yes, soccer I loved and I continued that in college, but I would have loved to have seen where I would have gone in dancing as a
Mhm.
professional.
Yeah.
I've loved doing these dance competitions, and I want to do more. Do you want to see me dance again?
Oh, yes.
Because it's been about 5 or 6 years since I
Has
did
it?
my last one. Yes. And when I went to Cabo, Mom, you'll be happy to know that I promised myself to slow down. Maybe you've seen that. I
Mhm.
wasn't working crazy yesterday.
Yes, no.
I mean, I did have my schedule lined up like nuts 2 days ago, but it's trying to find that balance and enjoy more of this.
Right.
You and I will get in there today. Watch for the storms, though, that could pop up this afternoon. Let's give you the medal count. So you're going to see the way I have it this time is United States is leading in the amount of medals,
Yeah, total.
but this is actually this time put in the who's leading in golds. So China has 9. France has 8, tied with Japan's 8. Australia has 7. We have 5 golds. However, we have 30 collectively. And, obviously, so have you been watching during the morning, though? Because I get text messages and phone calls from Michelle and other friends telling me what's going on. I'm like, I don't want to know because I
want to see it myself.
I don't watch it until the evening. And the
Yeah.
other thing I didn't know, why didn't I know this? Because, again, I don't turn the TV on much. I thought that all of the Olympics were just on NBC.
Oh, yeah, no.
No, there's like 3 other stations. My
Yes.
husband's like, oh, you can go from 5 and then go to 242. And there's like 3 different stations, like Peacock and whatever. So Michelle was texting me, telling me about the women's soccer. I'm like, they're not on. What's on right now?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So that's how void I've been from TV. Terry says your background behind you looks beautiful. I love the knockout roses or whatever you have plants there. Beautiful. Looks like a great oasis. So it's not knockout roses. Those are crepe myrtle bushes.
Crepe myrtle, yeah.
There is a little weeds that we got to take care of over here.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. My husband did an amazing job, and now it's time for me to get in and take care of that. What the 2 things that are missing, where he put the, I don't know if you can see. Let me switch over. That's behind my mouth. The little bird bath that we put in. There's 2 areas where we used to have butterfly bushes.
Yes.
And they died.
They died. Yeah.
Those were in here before we moved in, so I love the people that had those. Thank you, Terry. Okay, Marilyn says, are you surprised that we do not have many gold medals? Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
Katie is truly amazing, working up the ladder on the short list of all-time medal winners. It makes me sad for Ukraine. They need gold medals just for the fact to compete and do it well.
Yes.
That's my biggest concern for them, and the world will be affected in November. Terry says she loves the crepe myrtles. Kelly, the games loved, but disappointment with the opening ceremony. Okay, we were just going to go to that. USA is killing it, and even the men's gymnastics did well. Yes, they did. Absolutely incredible. Okay, so I love swimming in a chlorine pool versus, we did that one. Let's talk a little bit about this, because I want you all to know that your young kids, to you and everyone that deals with this, including the true GOAT. You know what GOAT stands for, right? Greatest of all time.
Oh.
Michael Phelps, they would call the GOAT. There's many athletes they'd call the GOAT. Simone Biles, the greatest of all time. She was posting on her Twitter page, or X page, I should say, yesterday. She wrote, oops, got blocked. So there is some hate going on with athletes having to do with, probably, she is amazing.
Yeah.
And she did deserve all the accolades that she has. But there were, and I'm not even going to bring any more up of that. I'm not going to go into who blocked her. I'm not going to go into all the hate. I just wanted to bring it up for the fact, and if you want to look into it, you can. I wanted to bring up for the fact that someone at that level, they deal with a ton of it. So when you think, I'm the only one dealing with this, or my kid's the only one dealing with it. No, it doesn't matter what level you are in life. No. And as you get more and more, that's one of the things Michelle has told me, as you keep getting more and more followers, which by the way, please do me a favor, tell everybody to make sure they're following, meaning you subscribe on YouTube, click the subscribe button. That does not cost. It's free. It just means you get a notification when we go live. The same thing applies for Facebook. I want you to make sure that you're following and that you subscribe so that you know when we're on. And we want to get to 30,000. Right now we're at 28,500.
All right.
I would love to get to 30,000 at the same time that we celebrate our 400th show. 400 shows. Can you believe that? So 400 shows coming at the end of September. We might celebrate the last week of September or the first week of October. What I need from each and every one of you, for all of you that are watching live right now or those that watch later, start thinking about where you would like for us to celebrate our 400th show. Where do you think that should be? Because a lot of times it comes from our community. We have to thank you for letting us know about these great places that exist.
Yes.
Like Just Be Kind Cafe. Marianne, she invited us to her wedding. Isn't that sweet? I was in Cabo and she's like, hey, busy girl, I know you got a lot going on, but I would love for you to come and celebrate. So that's coming up in October. So excited to join. I said,
Am
you know
I
what?
going to be going?
We're
Probably.
free. You are actually. Yes. But yeah, we're going to come out there for that. So Just Be Kind Cafe all came about by one of our viewers telling us about this great place.
Yes.
We celebrated our 200th show at Christopher's and Mark Anthony's, which, by the way, they had a big announcement yesterday.
Oh,
Mark Anthony's is joining and going and moving in the space at Christopher's, which I find very interesting. So that space that he was at on Jefferson,
oh, so it's not going to be there.
No.
They're going to be together.
he's taking Mark Anthony's into Christopher's, which they
Oh.
were already packed, but I guess he's going to streamline,
Yeah.
bring men's line, women's line, all this, obviously all the stuff for the homes. For those of you that didn't see that, Michelle brought that to my attention. So
Oh.
thought that was interesting. Yeah. But anyway, and then we also have done just incredible mobile Monica shows.
Yes.
So we always say, if you become a sponsor,
Yeah, those are great.
if you do a one-time show, you do a business spotlight, if somebody that's watching us right now brings these businesses to us, we reward you with Monica merchandise, like what my mom's wearing. You want to stand up a little bit and show them? My mom's wearing the gorgeous
I gotta get over
green.
here.
Know your value.
Yay!
Yes.
I know my value.
Hey, that's it right there. That's what matters. Whether you're a young kid or you're a senior, know your value. Debbie, I could possibly get a special rate for the 400th show. Well, we set the rates so that the rate does not change. We just need someone that wants us to bring our show to them and get a lot of eyes on the show. So the rate is set by us, Debbie. I'm not sure what that means. I was awarded the green shirt as well. Yes. So Terry had us be introduced to a business spotlight person.
Yes.
Right. So this is in Door County, Wisconsin. She's got cousins that are opening up. Hopefully you saw that show, a wheelchair accessible and dog friendly place to travel
Oh, I
in
didn't,
Door
so I
County,
have to go
Wisconsin.
back.
Yes, you need to see that. That's been a handful of months ago, but she told us about them. They wanted to come on and do a business spotlight. Debbie says the factory.
Oh,
So
yes.
we could, if you know them and they would like for us to do the show there and spotlight what they have coming up. I think you had mentioned that you were going to introduce me to them because
Yeah.
I still want to meet Teddy Swims.
Yes.
Teddy is coming later this year, and we're going to go see him at the
I got
factory.
it. Yeah, I got it marked down.
Terry says a perfect example of hate negativity is not wanted. Simone is a goat and is great. Absolutely. Look
Mhm.
forward to watching Simone and Soon Lee all over the event's gold
Yes.
medal competition this morning at 11. Don't tell me what's happening with it, though. Carrie says, hi, Mama Jackie. Slow down some, Monica, but work on the book. Oh, Carrie, you'll be thrilled. Did you see this, by the way? My mom's going to tell you this. I can't show all of you, but look at this, Mom. Are you ready? See all this that I'm showing you?
Oh,
That's the book. Tell them how many pages you think that is.
I don't know.
That's a lot. Carrie, I did work on the book because I had time to myself. I wrote 5 chapters
When you were
and
in
the
Cabo?
intro when I was in Cabo. I sure
See,
did.
yeah. See.
Slow down a little bit. You'll be happy about that. I love, Kathleen. Yes, Kathleen was one of them, one of our viewers that introduced us to Just Be Kind Cafe. She got a Monica jacket because they did a live show. You're welcome.
Love my jacket.
Terry, we've been trying to get them, so please do. She said, how about barrel blends? Yes, the factory, all great ideas and all places I would love. I am busy talking to different places as well. But yeah, we've got our big 400th show. And when I say there's a lot of eyes on that day, I mean it. I mean, because there's so many giveaways that we do. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let me hop over to Instagram real quick, make sure I'm not missing anybody over there. Good morning to all of you on every platform that we have. Carrie says, I want an autograph copy. That's a no-brainer. I don't have a timeline of when the book will be out. I did have a big meeting yesterday. I am going to be speaking again at the Working Women's Show, which in 2025 will be February 14th, 15th, 16th. Mark it on your calendar. We had a brainstorming meeting yesterday about ideas of workshops, breakout workshops that I would hold, journaling classes, workouts that I would do with them, motivational speaking, obviously, a booth there selling merchandise. I would love to be able to have the book available by February. That means I got to do a lot of work. Come back to Sunset Overlook. I would love to. Julie and I, the owner, have been talking so much. I absolutely love her. Good morning, Marissa, our cousin Marissa.
Good
morning to
Marissa.
you. How are you? Okay, so
My little niece.
one of the things you may not know that I do, and I want to say thank you so much to Ashlyn. Ashlyn is one of my interns. She followed me yesterday after we left and went over. She heard me say that I had a meeting with a gentleman who wanted a new suit designed. And she's like, wait, where are you going? And I said, you know, all the things that we do. And she's like, well, I know you do motivational speaking. I know you do life coaching. I know you do personal training. Obviously, you do the show. But I also am a fashion consultant and custom designer. And so she took those pictures. I'm so proud of her. She came
Yes.
over. One of the things that she wants to do a little more of is it's called B-roll. So she's taking the video for what you see that we drop in. So she came over to Bespoke in Clayton and just took these candid pictures of me working. And John, by the way, I want to thank, because he was the one that was having the suit made for him. Thank you so much, John, for letting her take the pictures. And see the thing it says, love what you do, custom design, creativity. So if it's a custom aspect of clothes, and again, what I love is that we now can do men and women both. It used to be a lot of men's suits and sport coats and slacks and shirts, tuxedos. Now we are making for them Lululemon-esque golf pants, blazers, polos, women's suits, blouses, skirts. It's so much fun. So yeah.
Give it a name.
What?
You got Lululemon.
Oh, right. Well, it's just custom.
Okay.
It's bespoke, right? It's
Okay.
customized. Oh, good. My husband just said so my husband is send some prayers. He is sending, well, let's just be real.
Okay.
My husband and two of the officers are traveling to South Carolina to take back a prisoner that did heinous crimes in our area. If you remember the story of the doctor that was killed outside of Bonefish Grill, this happened a couple of years ago. And the woman who was in her vehicle on Interstate 170 and was carjacked, she was killed. There were two people killed. He had an accomplice. They went to South Carolina. They killed two more people, and they killed a person in Memphis, Tennessee. This particular guy, it's the first because his accomplice as a woman will also be brought to justice. But they brought him back from South Carolina. Oh, I just got a chill. They brought him back from South Carolina about a month and a half or 2 months ago, and they didn't trust him to be on the plane, so they had to drive him back. A lot of times they'll go pick up prisoners. It's for different misdemeanor things that they have to bring them back, and then they fly them back. Well, they flew into South Carolina and made the decision to drive him back because they didn't trust him. They cuffed him at the waist. They shackled him. They have him attached in the car. Well, now my husband, because he wants to complete the story, he went back with these two officers, and they are traveling right now. So he just sent me a text and said that we are driving through Clarksville, Tennessee, all good to this point, which I'm happy to hear. But again, say prayers for our heroes that take care of us. One of the things I heard this morning, speaking of police, that more and more precincts are closing. They are not getting the funding that they need. So Calverton Park, up in North County, Calverton Park, Velda City happened to close down. I think there's 3 up in the North County area. So Florissant will be taking care of Calverton Park now.
Oh, really?
Less and less officers in the areas that have been taking care of you. I mean, it's a scary thing. They're even talking about bringing a draft back for the service.
I heard that.
So what do you all think about that? That maybe, who knows how you're going to recruit new officers, because it's unfortunately for many of them, they feel they're in a thankless job.
Right.
And you've got people in military that are feeling the same way, and then you're going to have to force people into it.
Right.
Yeah, these are real world stories that we decided to talk about today. But again, if you're just tuning in and you did not hear us talk about Katie Ledecky, 12 medals and counting. Ledecky ties for most decorated U.S. female. And you can see all those incredible medals that she's won over the years. So that's a little bit of a wrap up on the gold medal count. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got a little bit longer. I'm going to go over 8 o'clock today. New people can sign on. We got 64 of you right now, always interested in where the majority of those are coming from. It used to be my big Facebook side. We've almost got 30 watching live on Facebook. Nobody on YouTube right now. We had a couple before. 34 on X. We've got a couple on Rumble. And then on Instagram, we have people that pop on and off. If you have any questions or comments about anything we've been talking about, let us know. If not, when we come back, because we said we would be real, talking about things that affect seniors and what you think's happening to our world.
I'm excited to announce my all-new mattress topper. In the times we're in, I wanted to bring you the best affordable mattress topper ever. So I took my two best technologies and combined them to make the ultimate mattress topper. And now you can get it for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. It all starts with my famous MyPillow foam that provides you that overall full body support. Second is the individual comfort supports that give you an amazing custom sleep experience. It's like it's made specifically for you. The queen size alone has over 14,000 comfort supports. This is the perfect mattress topper to improve any bed. New bed, old bed, your guest beds. Get them for every bedroom in your house. Go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get the all-new My Mattress Topper for as low as $69.98. Queen size only $99.98. Don't delay, order today.
All right, you got your MyPillow, right?
Oh, yes.
And did you say you had a mattress topper?
Yeah.
All right, so all those things, what you need to get are the sandals or the slides. I love them. Like walking, I don't have them right here, but I brought them to Cabo with me. It's like walking on a pillow.
But I got planned.
Okay, how about coffee?
I drink coffee
So you need
once in a while.
I mean, the prices he has are incredible. But Jim had the MyPillow coffee. I mean, they keep adding more and more things, which is just absolutely amazing. I know a lot of you that have bought. I know Angie was on earlier. Michelle's bought. I think Julie was asking about how the coffee was. Buy, but don't forget to use your promo code so you get those deals.
Oh.
Marilyn says, do you have a date on the 400th show? We can all pay to attend to get you to the right place. Oh, that would be interesting.
Oh.
We're talking about doing subscriber things, by the way, Marilyn. We've got some really cool ideas of the show after the show. And in order to see the show after the show, that's subscriber based. Because a lot of times the real stories come out when the cameras supposedly go off. Yes, we're looking at, well, probably the last week of September or that first week of October. Not an exact date just yet, Marilyn, but it's going to be around that time because I'm going back to Cabo with my husband and Sarah Franco from Invita Health and Wellness. She and her husband Brandon are going with us, and then another couple of theirs. So we'll be going back and staying at our place, which is Grand Solmar. Love Grand Solmar. Beautiful place.
Yeah, I miss it.
I know. You got to come again. We need a girls trip. Let's plan a girls trip for next year.
Okay.
Actually, I've got an idea. You want to tell them a secret?
What?
You know what I want to do in October of 2025 at Grand Solmar?
Anniversary?
Renew our wedding vows.
Okay.
So let's do that.
I was
All right, then you'll go
anniversary.
back. Terry says, please hold and keep our family in your prayers tomorrow. Oh, yeah. They're having to say goodbye to their 15-and-a-half-year-old Lily dog, something I've never been through. It's very sad. It is tough times.
It is.
We've been through it, unfortunately, too many times, Terry. So trust me when I tell you I've been there. We lost 3 dogs in 9 months.
Yes.
The one thing that will happen when everybody says, I can't ever get a dog again. Yes, you will.
Yes.
Because you have so much love
Right.
to give to the next one. You know the amount of love. You can't think about it right now. I will ask you this, Terry. If you haven't thought about it, I would highly recommend that you look at Pets at Rest. Dr. Dawnetta Woodruff.
Yes.
That is the only way ever to go through the process. Don't take the dog to a vet. She's amazing.
She's wonderful.
She is an angel living on earth, and she was meant to do this. So she does hospice for animals, and when you have to do the end of life.
Yes.
Do not go to anyone else. I've done that with the animals.
Because when we had Cookie, that was so sad.
Yeah,
They
because
just
a lot
dropped her off.
didn't
and
know back
didn't
then.
Know. Yeah, they didn't.
Well, this is way back in the
Well,
80s.
yes.
I don't know if they actually let you go in the room back then.
I don't know.
We
maybe.
had to cry and cry and cry and then hand our dog over at the desk, and she died without the smell of, I don't know, did you at least have a T-shirt of ours or something, I hope?
I don't know.
That's the things you need to do. Make sure that they have a smell of you, that they have you in their final breath, their final moments. Now you can be with them and not in a veterinary office.
Yeah.
That's so cold
Out
and
on
sterile.
The lawn,
Yeah, so
put a blanket out.
well, we did it where she came to our house. Now she's
Yes.
actually built this place called Pets at Rest, and it is like your own home without having to be. It's a home atmosphere.
Oh, okay.
It's warm, and literally looks like a home. There's rooms where if you want, the whole family can be there in like the bedrooms, and it's not. Again, there's no other way to do it. Again, I can't stress it enough. There's a show that she and I did together that tells a little bit more about it, but it's called Pets at Rest. Debbie says, I love your outfit. Somebody said earlier they believe that the orange is attracting the bees.
Oh,
Is that true? Kathy, Terry,
I don't
I'm
know.
so sorry.
They
We'll
like
definitely
bright
pray.
colors.
Yep.
Yes.
Prayers, I've never went through that. My dogs are getting up there in age, and I get scared when something goes wrong with them.
Mhm.
Again, everybody, remember, pets at rest. Monica, have you been to the VIP splatter party in the Valley? I have not, never even heard of it. Prayers for Jim and his coworkers from Carrie. Pure evil, glad they're driving them. What would drive someone to kill like that? I don't know. And the other thing you would hate to hear is that he literally told the warden in South Carolina that he dreams of killing her. He's a bad person, folks. Bad person.
I've been
Back-
praying for him. I
Yeah.
keep telling him, Holy Spirit, touch
Praying
his
for the-
soul.
The criminal?
The criminal.
Yeah,
Pray
that's
for
what we
his
have to do.
soul that maybe he gets touched and changes his life.
Terry says, back the blue. Thanks, Jim, for all your work and dedication. Thanks to Jim and all the men and women. Safe travels. Prayers for Jim and the other officers. Yes, thank you, everybody. I bought my pillow sheets. You love them? Great. Dot, Team USA. Diane, I think our country's in trouble from the defunding of the police to
Yes.
cutting necessary funds for the military support. We need
Right.
to the inflation rate, on and on and on. Also, the open border. Here we go. Let's talk a little bit about it. The open border with lots of terrible people coming here to destroy us.
Oh, yeah. They're sending their criminals, the worst that they have. They're sending them here. And we've got to deal with it. That's a sin. That's an absolute sin. Shouldn't have that.
So let's talk a little bit about this before we have to leave. What are you most concerned with our country for middle-aged, seniors, and our youth?
It just all ages, young, middle-aged and seniors, just there are people that they're bringing in, they don't care, and they just want to take everything from you. And if you're in the way, they don't care. They'll shoot you or whatever.
Okay, well, that's a good point. We had an interview that I thought was so powerful with the men from Grunt Style.
Oh,
and they
yes.
said what happens is polarization. The world becomes so polarized. Tribalization and eventual killing.
Mhm.
And that's what's happening in our country. Some people blame it on guns. I don't blame it on the guns.
It's not the
I
gun,
blame it on
it's
the people.
People.
And then they say, yes, but if they didn't have the guns, they would grab a knife.
They would grab a knife.
They
or
would grab a bat.
a baseball bat.
They would grab a
anything.
saw.
Mhm.
Right, they're going to do
A
it.
big
It's not
rock. Anything. Yeah.
It's not the guns. Please, though, weigh in if you want to talk about the gun issue. You want to talk about the border issue. I have a big problem with the border issue.
Yes.
Everyone that was on earlier probably saw you roll your eyes. So let's go ahead and be real. I mentioned Kamala Harris, and you rolled your. Oh, there you go again. So what is it that you have a problem with her?
She does not respect people's lives. She welcomed in the illegals coming in. She's for defunding police. She just doesn't care. She cares about herself.
She is coming across very smug,
Yeah, oh, yes.
and I don't like
And
that.
then you read up. The whole important thing is don't listen to what she says. Look up what she has done, and you will see where she's got rid of this, got rid of that. She has lost like 92 people that worked under her. They said she is the meanest, cruelest person to work for.
I did see that the other day. I did see that people said that she was very bullying, which does not sit well with me.
No,
I mean, I don't care who you are, but here's the problem.
yes.
No one has a clean slate, right?
Oh, yes.
So you can look up what Donald Trump's done. You can
Oh,
look
yeah.
up what Kamala Harris has done.
Right.
From a political standpoint across the board, there's not a lot of good people in politics.
Oh, no.
People can't trust them. We're looking
Right.
for better people. At some point, I really hope we start getting really, really good candidates in.
Right.
I will say, from the economic standpoint, when our former president was in, we had an incredible economy.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have almost $4 gas. The
Yes.
grocery prices, which is what I really feel bad about.
Yes.
How can families
can a
afford this?
family-
How can
no.
families afford to go and try to take their kids to what used to be a family tradition, going to see a baseball game?
Mm-hmm.
The prices are through the roof, and it's really frustrating. I talked about how scary it is that you have kids that are having to forego paying their student loans because they don't know how to get gas in their car. They can't afford a car. They can't afford their rent for their homes. They're almost getting kicked out of their rental properties. How can they afford it? I mean, so the economy standpoint to me is number
Yeah.
one. I want to know what is
Economy,
Donald
yes.
Trump and what is Kamala Harris going to do for our economy. That's what I'm watching when I watch
Mhm.
the DNC. I will say, I'm not, one way or the other right now, I wish we had another candidate in there.
Yes, I do too.
Donald's done some bad things. Kamala's done some bad things. Donald, I think ever since the assassination attempt on him, it has softened him. In life, we need to, unfortunately, have horrible things happen to us to make us get a wake-up call. I do think there's been a softer side of him. Here's the problem I have with him right now. I wish he would stop talking about her and tell us what he's going to do. I wish she would stop talking about him and tell us what she's going to do.
Yeah, both of them. Keep your mouth shut, and all you have to do is talk about, here's what I've done, but here is what I am going to do.
Yes.
Don't just try to knock that other person down. That's not going to build you up. That's in anything. Don't try to knock somebody down to build yourself up.
Correct.
No, talk about what you're going to do and then do it. Don't just don't just say, this is what I'm going to do.
Actions.
And then when you get in, it just falls away.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words, and that's what we're going to find. Just came across the news. Oh, breaking news. Russia agrees to free Evan Gershkovich and Paul Whelan in multi-country prisoner swap.
I just got a cold chill.
Julie, thank you so much for letting us know about that. So that's breaking news she said she just came across. Too many people are getting handouts from the government, and therefore they don't want to work. That's from Diane. How can they find her incompetent and terrible and in 4 weeks turn it around so she's the best? Doesn't work for me. The party is not about the people anymore. It's changed my opinion. That's according to Terry. She is talking about what she will do. Why not start now? Get busy.
Right.
Terry says she's been to the border. I mean, Europe. Debbie says, oh, stop it. Debbie, we need to hear what you have to say. You take away our guns, the bad people will still have their guns. They will not cooperate. Then what? Our safety is concerned.
Right.
Diane says it's not the guns. It is the bad people. Most concerned with the border and the crime and the people that it will affect with the loss of jobs as well as our Social Security will go towards those illegal aliens. Come across the border legal. I have no problem if they are vetted. Yes, very true. Okay, looking for all sides of these stories again. Donald Trump is going to stop the war in Ukraine, Terry says, immediately, close the border, as well as drill for oil. He will lower taxes and no tax on tips. All good things that are for sure to happen. Kathleen, agree completely with Mom. I hate the bashing on commercials. I can't stand the political commercials.
I can't.
Terry says the Europe comment was live interview with Kamala, and so it is true. She hasn't been to the border. The only border she went to was Europe. Debbie says, be kind. Okay, so we're just, again, this is an open forum. I want to know. As you just heard me say, I have a problem with both sides bashing the other side. If they debate, and the reason why there has been no set debate is because she's not officially the nominee yet. If that happens at the Democratic National Convention, which most likely will happen, then I'm sure a debate will happen, most likely in September. All that matters is that we are honest, that there's no
bashing.
Well, but it's also that things are done legally.
Yes.
That there's not dead people voting. My husband has a problem with the not pre-voting. What's it called? The advanced absentee votes and all of that happens. He says that's where the criminal aspect happens.
Well, yeah, because they can put a dead person's name in and just mail it. I want you in person.
Marilyn. So we do not see bullying on the TV at every speech for your person. Evil lives there with him. He lives. Wait. So we do not see bullying on the TV at every speech for your person. Where did anybody say their person? So I don't know who this is for. Evil lives there with him. He lives with our adversaries. Agree, even our local politicians speak dirt and no one talks about what they will do. More Americans are killing Americans than illegals.
Well, could be. But like the voting thing, I've got to think that I'm going to vote in August, or this month, out there. And I'm getting ads here, ads there. One saying he's great, the other one, oh, no, he's just bad. So I found a site.
Well, you can't.
That I'm
How do you
going to
decipher? Oh, you found a site?
I found a site from a magazine.
That you trust?
But, right.
How can we trust anything that's out there anymore? I mean, that's the biggest problem I have. Because you look at, you cannot go off the ads. You have to go on. That's why I like a debate.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't a debate.
Well, you also look into what the people. Well, who says the sites? I mean, that's the problem, Mom. You can't just believe anything that's out there, and then you have to fact check that.
Yes.
That's the issues. The issues are debated. That's why I like debates. I also want research done into what both sides have done.
Right.
What they've done bad, what they've done good.
Right.
I will say that I see good and bad on both sides. I do not like the affairs I've heard about, because that is one of my, I disdain. I have absolute disdain for anybody that's had an affair. I'm sorry. I don't care if you have and you think you should be forgiven for it. When people are married, hands off. That's my platform. Don't touch a man or a woman that's in marriage. And those of you that choose to cheat, I try to take the word shame out of it, but that's wrong. Diane says, I don't like the bashing. I too want to fair voting. Everyone who voted should have to show an ID and proof of citizenship.
Right.
100%. And by the way, you have to vote. Don't complain if you don't go to the polls.
Oh, yes.
Terry says, I am being kind. I'm just being factual. I'm kind of tired of all the negativity that's scared towards the fake news. I'm sorry if it's hard to swallow, but when I watch something live, I hear it from the horse's mouth. Okay, Diane, it's all about following the rules when it comes to crossing the border. Okay, absolutely. Again, just interesting things. All right, and the last thing I want to talk about, and we can continue to do this in future shows. We can bring Mom back. We can do it and I always want to know, by the way, the topics that you want us to cover. Because in the beginning, when I started the show in March and April and May of last year, we laid out there what topics would you like for us to have? And are there guests that you would like for me to have on? I'd love to sit down with the former president. I would love to sit down with our vice president. I mean, that would be incredible to really try to get the true stories out of them. But the greatest thing that the two of them can do for whatever side is going to side with them is start telling us what you're going to do. Stop bashing the other side.
Right.
That's my soapbox. I need Kamala to stop going off on Donald, and I need Donald to stop going off on Kamala.
Right.
I don't care what you think of each other.
I don't care.
Tell us what you're going to do for our world, because in the end, that's who we need to put in office.
Tell everybody what you're going to do for them. Tell what you're going to do for me.
Right. Let's see. Oh, Ruby. Hey, Monica, miss you. I'll see you again soon. So let's go ahead and bring some positivity into this.
Hi, Ruby.
Ruby Lee is going to be performing at the Grand Ole Opry tomorrow. After posting at the age of 9 how much she dreamed about playing there, now at the age of 17, she's taking the stage tomorrow night, playing an original song and a cover song. And if you haven't heard her original, you've got to look it up, because her new album came out on Monday. I love you, and I hate that I'm not there. She asked me, she had a ticket for me, but I didn't have anybody to watch the dog, so I couldn't go, and that's so unfortunate. But we both believe that she will be back there again.
Oh, yeah.
And that we'll be able to plan it out. So, yeah, so proud of you. You know, this is a good thing for us to wrap up with. Speak positive words into your life every single morning. Think big. Think healing. Think success. Think peace. Think happiness. Think growth mindset. Always start the day with positive energy. Why? Because you deserve it. Such a powerful thing to think about. And I also want to give you this. And it's interesting, anybody that didn't agree with you that may have signed off, because you have to keep watching. You have to keep listening. Yes. She looks great. She's almost too small for her outfit. I'm guessing they're talking about you. Are they talking about you being tiny? What is it? I must have missed something. Carrie, are you talking about my mom? Oh, no, never mind. They're talking about Ruby. Yes, Ruby. Ruby lost at least 12 pounds before I left to go to Cabo, and she was following everything to the dime of how I asked her to eat, how I asked her to work out. She did it all. And guess what? When you do what I ask you to do as a trainer,
it works.
You get the rewards, you get the success. So the person, you'll understand this as a seamstress, the person who was customizing this beautiful blue fringe suit said, you got to stop, because I don't have the time to turn it around. Isn't that a shame? She was like, but I want to lose more. We will be, Ruby. We'll do it together after the Opry. But yes, so she would have blasted the 15-pound goal that she had and probably gone up to 20. Yeah, Ruby. I know. Carrie was amazing. Okay, so August 1st. Can you believe it? We're into August already.
Yes.
So this is the book from Maryland that we love, Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence, from Sarah Young. Nothing can separate you from my love. Let this divine assurance trickle through your mind and into your heart and soul. Whenever you start to feel fearful or anxious, repeat this unconditional promise. Quote, nothing can separate me from your love, Jesus. Most of mankind's misery stems from feeling unloved. In the midst of adverse circumstances, people tend to feel that love has been withdrawn and they've been forsaken. This feeling of abandonment is often worse than the adversity itself. Be assured that I never abandon any of my children, nor even temporarily. I will never leave you or forsake you. My presence watches over you continually. I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. I love that we always bring peace and calmness and kindness back to the end of the show, because yes, we can talk about a lot of things. Yes. We can disagree, but kindly disagree, kindly listen to each other's side. I gave you the opportunity to tell what you're feeling. I'll always do that because that's what this is here for, a platform to listen, right? Whatever she feels, I feel, you feel, you're right. But remember to keep your mind open. Remember to find the facts. Remember to listen to each other and ultimately to be kind to each other. I want to tell you something really quick that's coming up 1 week from today, and that's actually where we're racing off to. I want you to come out and meet me in person. Meet her in person. You'll be there, right? You're going to come? Adventure Unknown.
I got it
Really
written down, I think.
and cool. It's such a cool place. 4:30 to 6 p.m. That's the live broadcast. And we're going to talk to a ton of people who have joined as members of Adventure Unknown. It's where St. Louis's driven spirits find their tribe. You can do it from a social aspect, just looking for new friends, new people that are going to take you on the path where you ultimately want to go. This is how cool the place is. You're going to see it in person in just a second. And it's a place where you can go in and enjoy some drinks, some good food, laughter, camaraderie, maybe a good debate. Maybe after the debate gets heated up, you say, let's take it out to the pickleball courts or the ping pong. You play some games together, and then you hold your meetings together. Discover a vibe where success meets authenticity. Look at that incredible conference room. There's so much that's waiting there for you, including travel that they do together. Adventure Unknown. You probably didn't know about it. Well, we're going to bring it to your attention. 4:30 to 6 p.m. Be there. Huge giveaways. Dare I say a trip? Oh, yeah, I'm telling you this. There is something really, really big that's coming, but you've got to be there in person for it. We'll give some things away to those of you that absolutely, positively can't make it, but not the big ones. The big ones, you've got to be there in person. It's well worth it to come out to that. Everybody, thank you so much. It's been a great show. I always love having you with us. Debbie says, hopefully no politics. Hey, politics is fine if you want to talk about it in a calm way. And listen, as soon as someone stops listening, that's when you kind of have to break away and say, never mind, I always ask, how does it serve you? It's not going to serve either one of you if you just start throwing hate to each other. Mom, thanks for joining me in our Mom and Mon Senior Moment segment. And the one thing I will have you wrap everything up with, we're going to go more in depth next time since this took a little longer. I want you to be thinking about how you thrive as a senior. One of the things that Michelle wanted you to talk about is, what did you do over the last 29 years? So we can sprinkle it in a little bit here as we wrap up. But for those that lose their spouses, no matter what age, it's to find a way to take that next step forward. I know it's difficult. So will you join me again to talk more in depth about that?
Yes.
But can you wrap up and tell them what you've done in just a couple minute wrap?
Yes, I guess you try to join as many clubs or social things through church, through where you live. Get involved and have a lot of people around you and your family. My heart breaks for someone that doesn't have family to help them through this, because you have to have people. You can't do it alone. You got to have God, and He is going to send you people to help you through this. And you just keep busy, and you just keep going. Every day say, dear God, guide me. What you want me to do today? And at the end of the day, say, thank you for today. Wake up in the morning, say, thank you for letting me wake up.
That's literally my prayer every morning. I say, I want to thank you for the breath in my lungs. And then I ask for you to give me the right words to help inspire every day.
Yeah.
Right? So pick a word of the day. United. That's going to be my word right now. Let's unite this country. Let's find a way to do so. It's the most powerful thing that we can do. Listen to each other. Terry said, God bless the USA. That's right. Watch the Olympics.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about the opening ceremony thing that's so
I'm
hate-filled
glad.
right now. There's a lot of great things that happen in the opening ceremony, but there's also a lot of negativity about
I don't know why I didn't see it.
I'm glad you didn't see the recreation of the Last Supper. That was not a good thing. And the person that was behind designing that's this is what can't happen. First of all, you probably should have thought that was going to divide the country, divide countries, I should say. You should have thought about that. But now that person, this is the wrong side of it. That person is getting hate and death threats against them, which is horrible, because again, that's not how you unite each other. But one of the things that they were talking about is and this is a great way for us to end, North Korea, South Korea standing next to each other, taking selfies together. That only happens in the Olympics.
In the Olympics, yes. Once they're all together, it's wonderful. Why can't it continue? Just get along, not hating, wanting to kill each other. Yeah.
So that's it. The athletes can come together. and they can be kind to each other.
Yes.
That's what we're asking of all of you. Kyle, good morning to you. Hi, God's blessings, Stephanie. Hopefully everybody grabbed something from today that will help you out. There's other comments coming in, but we do have to wrap up. So thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have an incredible day. And yes, even when you find a disagreement, step away. Say, this isn't serving us right now, either one of us. Let's find calmer heads, because that's what prevails, and then come back to the table together, and hopefully you can find love to each other. Be kind.
Be kind.
God bless you all.
Be kind out there.
Bye, everybody.